Look at this. This is great. It's all about me, my bike, and the road.
Go, 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 go.
The market. Yeah.
Hoe magnifiek is al die niks.
Put the tent down now, get the road.
Got everything that I want from the Picos Mountains. You see, what is it about bikers and bike riding? I started off today and I don't know, I didn't really feel like, you know, up to speed really. My little chemicals and my body hadn't kind of chemicalised. I needed a coffee for a start, but even that didn't work, and it was raining. And how do you make what might be, if you like, a less than interesting day an interesting day? Well, there you go. You get on a bike for a start, so we'll do that. So, yeah, we'll get on a bike and we'll get on a road and we'll take it from there. You see, also, you know, how do you make a road interesting? I mean, it's not difficult to make a bike interesting. I mean, some bikes basically are obviously more interesting than others, like people and dogs. So here we go. Well, first of all, I'm not in the office. I'm not at work. Nice one. That's a big bonus. Secondly, I'm on a motorbike. And I think really, you know, motorists don't get it. Why should they? Only bikers do. Once you're on a bike, you are on an adventure. You just are. You have to be. Oh, a tunnel. I like tunnels. Let's have a little go through this tunnel. Nice, lovely, not very long. I like tunnels. Who doesn't? So then you come out the other side and you think, well, you know, I'm just rambling, but this doesn't have to be an uninteresting road. It happens to be taking me to somewhere which might be even more interesting. And at the end of the day, you know, you've got a few corners, but you know what the big plus here is, don't you? That there isn't any traffic. I mean, you've got the road to yourself. When does that happen in your life? So there we go. We're on an adventure. Even though it hasn't got a big sign which says adventure with a capital A. And how's the bike doing? Well, good actually, yeah, no problems at all. Quite handy around the corners, sticks to the ground, got a bit of weight to it, economical, and isn't breaking down at all. It's great, reliable. Gosh, I don't know what to focus on, the corners or the countryside. It's the most mesmerising combination possible. on a motorbike. Nice easy bends, outrageously stunning vistas, which I've never seen before.
8,000 kilometres and counting, not a single mishap. There we go, and around again. That's the one. Good acceleration, nice sound of the engine. I suppose it's called the bear because it's got that little growl, hasn't it? Okay, go and make yourself a cup of tea, sit down with a bicky, and watch it again.
I think travelling by yourself is very distinctly different to travelling with a mate. Yeah. You've always got someone to natter to when you've got a mate, and on your own you've kind of got to figure it all out by yourself. It's not a bad thing, you know, it's hardly a crisis. But it just needs a bit of forward planning. So what's interesting about this road is the fact that we're not on the motorway. There's the motorway, yeah. And here's the national highway to Santiago de Compostela.
What I'm trying to convey, you know, filmically, almost live whilst I'm doing it, you know, making it up as you go along really, what to say next, where to go next. It's all a bit unplanned, isn't it? And it has that bit of spontaneity, I think, actually, which I think some of us have lost. I know I have. I'm always on a schedule. This is on a schedule. But I accept the compromise because, you know, even though I'm not on a fantastically interesting road right now, it is interesting because I'm on my bike. And that's my thought process. For example, my son's just passed his direct access today. He's got his license. And I'm so pleased. He did it straight away, you know, he's obviously got the spatial awareness. He's my son. But, as I said to him, you know, as soon as you become a biker, you look at travelling in a very unique way. It's fabulously interesting. But you're on it all the time. I said to him, the best bit of advice I can give to you is when you're riding your bike, you never let go for a single second. And suddenly, you're here. Wow, look at this. I mean, I didn't know this was here. I don't know what it is, but I'll check it out later. And I do like the idea of a discovery, as opposed to, you know, planning to have an itinerary, knowing what you're going to go and see. Sometimes you get that surprise, don't you, when you haven't got an itinerary, you've no plan. But having said that, it is time to get onto a new plan and go and find a new place. So if you think of your head as being somewhere between like a clock and a jigsaw puzzle, then it's all about timing, and it's all about getting all the pieces of your life kind of in the right order, I suppose, where they all fit together. And that's what biking is really good for. You know, the family, the kids, the mortgage, the bills, the job, all of that and more besides. And you kind of got to figure it all out, because it's a bit complicated, isn't it? We're all there, and you go for a bike ride, and somehow it's like the invisible tennis swing. Let me explain. When you play something, or you do something like a handstand, or you swing your tennis arm, after a while you improve. If you stop training, you imagine what your tennis swing should be like, and amazingly the mind works it all out. It does a bit of practice, you know, on its own terms, and you come back a better tennis player. It was the same with biking, really. You can leave it for a few days and suddenly you're actually riding really well. And I think that's probably the same with everything. It's the same with thinking. If you stop thinking for a bit, when you come back to thinking, well, you're thinking a bit better. I don't know, I think biking helps that. It's a catalyst, it just is. Anyway, clockwork and jigsaw puzzle. Give it some thought. It's a funny thing, actually, you know, doing stuff for YouTube and being a YouTuber. It's not really has ever been my thing. Because it's kind of a reality show in a way. And I'm not quite sure whether that's interesting. It's a bit like wallpaper, isn't it? Anyway, I've had a little break. And we'll go back onto the, I think it's the N6. I'm heading towards Santiago de Compostela. And here we go. Let's get back onto the national highway. Yep. Yeah, good. Yeah, nice. Oh, I love these little sort of on-off ramps in Spain. Oh, the quintessential on-off ramp, you know, in a rural setting. I don't know much about Santiago de Compostela, not read too much up about it. Yeah, I think it's to do with an apostle, St. James. He's interred there. I don't know, that kind of thing really. Anyway, it's a place where lots of pilgrims go. The great famous walk from Santiago de Compostela. Yeah. We'll find out more about it later. Anyway, on the road, here we go. So what's this then? We've come off the main road and we're suddenly going under the motorway. It's an odd one. Okay. Right, let's see what happens now. Okay, yeah, I don't know how I missed that one. Oh, so... Whoa, I have no idea where I'm going now. Well, I'm just going to play this out, really. I've no idea what to make of it. I mean, I feel, whilst I'm on these lovely curvaceous roads in northwest Portugal, they feel very familiar. Now, I'm not saying they're English and so forth, but there's a lot of green, which I wasn't expecting. I mean, yes, it's heavily terraced. I'm trying to think of a place where I've seen this quite often. It's a very similar kind of feel. Well, there's a bit of Wales, I suppose. Look at those trees over there. We've got a lot of those. We've got a lot of bends and a lot of green. But I mean, it just needs to be looked at. You see, it's not actually what I thought. It's not about the familiarity of the greenness or the trees, the Welshness or whatever, or the familiarity geographically. It's a familiarity with the road itself. There's no other traffic, again. So you can have this relationship with the road and it going through. you know, really naked nature, and without the other cars. Look at this. This is great. It's all about me, my bike, and the road. And then like this, we can drop into a community and enjoy that feeling of being an outsider because you just dropped in from major nature. You're on a bike. There's no tin box around you. You're in it. You're part of it. You know, you're your road movie. You're not watching it. So you are an outsider in that sense. But people in town or whatever, when they see you, when they see a biker, as long as you give out the fair signals, whoopsie-daisy, the friendly signals, they like you. I've been looking for this church. Well, that's the clock tower, which is part of the church, and on the bell tower, part of the church, apparently there's an inscription which says it was built in 1629. I can't see it. I don't know where I'm going. Hang on. Signpost set up here anyway. Oh, okie dokie. Well, here we are. Let me see. I don't see it at the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Let's have a little look. So there we are. I wonder whether Igreja means church, Molido. Here we go. Yep. Igreja Paroquial. So we're getting closer. Oh, now this is nice. Ooh, a discovery. Yeah, this is great. 1629. Yes, I think we've got it. This must be the bell tower. Let's have a little look. Oh, look at that. Wow. I don't see any cafes though. Oh God, I got lost again. Where's the cafes? I want me flat white. Oh no. Oh, I'm off another bloody back street now. This is great. I don't mind actually. I've no idea now. I had a plan, but it's just gone. I'm now going the back streets of a tiny place called Molido in northwest Portugal. That's village life for you. There we go. It's about as villagey as a village can be in... I'm going to go down here. That's it. There's another church. Well, maybe there's lots of churches. Now this is a church. Proper one, perhaps. Oh, God, hang on a minute. No idea. Bell tower. Oh, actually, maybe. I'm going to stop for a minute. It's got a bell on it. Yeah, it's a bell tower. Yeah, that's it. And I'm going to have a look at the inscription to see if there is one. I know this is like a bit geeky, but there you go. I see an inscription, 1629. There you go. Hardly see it, but you can just about make it out. Okay, great. Success. Alright, so I've got this nice little place for 22 euros. Yeah, 22 euros. I could have camped. I nearly wanted to, and I'm going to go into Ponte de Lima tomorrow. But I've got a few jobs to do, and when you get a nice little room as cheap as this and as nice as this, that will do. Bob's your uncle. And a parking spot for my bike.